I think things are working. I think we are alive. I think. Oh, Lord. I'm using a OBS to do this. I had to like go big. Dropped frames. Okay, we're about a minute in. All right. I think good to go. You have audio? Top chat, live chat. I'm live. Okay. Oh, newbie alert. Newbie all the time. Hey, welcome to my first Black City Live. Thank you so much for being here. MD, I like your new be curious approach. Yeah. We'll talk about the be curious thing. Trevor, how are you? Thank you for such really engaging comments, and they actually make me think. And I like it, so thank you. Video and audio is working. Cool. Yay. Cool. Yeah, so I thought I would hang out here with you guys, and the joys of OBS. Okay, so this is my first time, so yeah. I really wanted to try to make it nice and special, and then I always wanted to learn how to do it, but you got lines on the screen. I do? Why do I have lines on the screen? Wow, you could see that? Okay. You can hear me. Okay, good. Oh, I just want to make sure I'm in, rule of thirds. I don't know. I don't know why there's lines on the screen. I'm using my Lumix GH5S. I think I have the grid enabled. I didn't know you could see that. That's kind of silly that it would show the grid, huh? Okay. If you guys don't mind the lines, why do I have lines? I didn't see that before when I was setting everything up. If you know how to fix that, I can fix that for you if it's super irritating. I'm not really sure why. Why would it have lines? It didn't have it when I was doing all my testing. I'm looking. Maybe it's the camera itself. It's the joy. The joy of everything not working when you go live, right? Much experience with that. Thank you very much. Anyway, so I want to get into it. I want to help you guys out if you have any questions. It could be concerning anything really. Pretty much game, business stuff, coffee stuff, roasting stuff. Trevor, thank you so much for being here, my dude. You got lines on the screen. That bugs me too. It kind of bugs me. I'm sorry about that. At least we know we're level and we're in frame. I mean, I could try to go and fix it, but then you guys have like a dead screen. I could put it on the stuff. Yep, grids. Okay, sorry. We're in a rule of thirds frame. Anyway, does it bother you? Because I could put a like an intermission screen on for you, and I could go over there and try to disable the grid if it bothers you, because I don't want you to be irritated when you watch this. Let me know. I can try to figure that out for you guys. Big thank you to everybody in the really cool engagement on Instagram and in the comments and stuff like that. It's really cool. Getting a lot of, not a lot, but it's pretty regular, like maybe once a week. Somebody will email me, and that's regular for me. I'll be like, it's okay? Okay, cool. Thank you. Sorry. Maybe my next live will be much better, okay? We're learning. I bet you it's that grid, but then it would, I know me, it would take me forever to find this stupid grid. Yes, you see the grid, but it's not a big deal. Cool, thanks guys. Thanks. Thank you. People have been asking me like, can you do a mentorship and all that stuff? I would love to do that. It's just not right now, you know? I was really hoping to like find like a roastery spot so we could set up there, but it's so slim out here. I'm in San Bernardino County, and I would have loved to have done it maybe in like Claremont. Hi Bob. Hello Meg, enjoyed watching your progress through the coffee world. Thank you. Thanks so much, Bob. Yeah, and I would like to take on mentors and teach and learn together. Not really mentor. I don't really feel comfortable saying mentor, but like I'd love to share with you guys what you see the clutch. Yeah, we're gonna get to that. I've been saving it. No, I mean not really. I already had some, but for today, I haven't had any today. So I thought maybe this could be cool way for me to manage my time wisely and help you guys out. And the best thing you guys could do is just give me very specific questions. Let me get in here into the grid, the chat. Trevor, what did I see here? I can't see that. What is that? Freaking chat, I can't see it. Trevor, thank you so much, man. Thanks for the tip. What a very nice tip. Appreciate you. I want to come in here and spend some time. I think this is the best way, a win-win for both of us. Whenever you're trying to like do something outside of the realm of your what you normally would do, right? You're like, oh, I didn't plan for that. It's got to be a win-win. So I think the win-win situation here is maybe doing stuff like this, like coming on live and forever for like, you know, it's free, so it's like not a big investment. A lot of you guys will say, I will pay you anything. Or you're like, name your price, and I'm like, bro, I don't know. That don't feel comfortable or ethical. I'm trying to just make up a price when I've not been tried and tested as a teacher. Okay, but we can learn together and we can share our results and stuff like that. So I think that will be a win-win for both of us, and I think that's fair on both of our ends until we like, you know, until I figure that stuff out. And I really recommend you guys go like I was saying in the first video of this series of videos before this, like to I don't know, celebrate this launch and stuff, is to realize that making really good coffee like this, like I don't know if we'll get to this level, and roasting on a machine is just like machine operation, just learning how to use your machine. Oh, my machine does this, or it has a tendency to do this. Like for example, it heats up really fast. I don't know, something like that, right? So it has a, you know, its standards and ways of actually just operating, just machine operation, right? So a lot of you would come to me and be like, I'm gonna get an Aleo bullet, or I'm gonna get a Mill City roaster, or whatever, right? So a lot of just getting started is just learning how to use your machine, okay? And then doing stuff like this, like making specialty coffee, scoring it, and actually calling it specialty, because specialty has a score. That's done in the cupping and in the profiling, and then like going back and then changing it in the roast and then seeing, but then tasting the difference and having clarity. That's so cool. Thank you, Trevor. I keep looking at that. It keeps grids are cool. Everyone is doing it nowadays. Does the grid still bother you? Like, damn. Yeah, sorry about that. It's kind of bugging me. At least we're level. At least it wasn't not level, right? Another thing that we're gonna do today, guys, I don't know if you're into it, but I don't know if you saw this in the back. How many of you are whiskey drinkers? So because I was in an accident earlier this year, I don't know if you guys know, but I broke my back, my neck, ribs. Let's count all the things. Yeah, so when you're after surgery, you can't have any alcohol because you're trying to heal and all that stuff. And I was a pretty avid, you know, wine taster, whiskey taster, not drinker. I'm not really a drinker, but I like to taste stuff. What is this? Okay. Anyway, we'll have some of this because we're coming back and we're celebrating. I got the okay from the doctor maybe a week ago already. And I have already had a couple cocktails and wines and stuff like that, but I haven't had any of my whiskeys at the bar. Our little bar over there. Neat. I like it neat. So we'll have this. Just a little celebration of like, we made it. And I want to celebrate you guys too. All right, so we'll have some of that too. Actually, I think we'll start with this. We'll start with the whiskey. This is a very light, fruity whiskey. And I think it's cool. And then we'll get to this good stuff too. So it's all good stuff today. You have a hot top, and I have trouble getting, this is from Bob, getting a good dark roast. How come how come the chat doesn't scroll all the way down? I'm not allowed to like scroll all the way down and see everything. That's annoying. Sorry, Bob. I'm trying to read your chat, but I'm not able to scroll down. Hold on. How do I do that? Like I'm trying to extend the window and it's not letting me. I can't scroll down either. Annoying. Sorry. Bro, I don't know. Okay, trouble getting a dark roast. Dude, I can't scroll down. I'm just going to try to answer from there. Okay, trouble getting a dark roast. Why? Can you give me more context? Maybe if you put something more in the chat, it will move the chat down more and I could actually see it. Dark roasts. I mean, you guys saw my little cheat sheet? Oh, there you go. Boom. Whiskey is great. Yes. Okay. Thank you for putting stuff in the chat so I could see. It dumps before it reaches a dark roast. Any insights? Oh, okay. So Bob, are you roasting on the automatic feature? You got to roast on manual, bud. Can you confirm if you're roasting on manual? If it's automatically dumping it? Automatically. By dumping, I mean you mean drop, right? Then Trevor, I know that's, okay, whiskey's great. And then another one. Some roasters are incorporating liquor with coffee. Yeah. That's super exciting. I was just looking at I was binging Hoffman for a minute. And he was making all of these cocktails, with coffee. And I've had one, very good one in my life. I was like, that's really interesting. It dumps before it reaches a dark roast. Okay, so it must be like a safety feature. The hot top has a safety feature. It has an automatic shut off when it reaches a certain temperature. It's just a safety thing. If you're roasting on auto, like the program or something like that, like you got to put it on manual, like the manual mode. I'm not sure if it's called manual, but there's a manual mode to that where you can override it. Right? Because there are some times where you can even charge higher than what Hot Top says or like writes in their manual. Because I would do that often because I would get a African coffee in and I was like, I need to charge higher, right? Some Ethiopian or something like that. And so I could override the temperature, safety features of the Hot Top. So let me read some of your stuff here in the chat. Our roastery is right next to a new micro distillery that's opening, and we have lots of great collabs planned. Dude, Trevor, yeah. Where's your roastery at, Trevor? Is it like in here in California? That's so cool that you have a roastery. I think we should get this started too. We're like 15 minutes in, we haven't even had a drink yet. Yeah, this chat window is so small. I'm on my laptop, so it's like I'm barely on my laptop, but another reason why they're incorporating alcohol, I think, I was reading this like on the business side of things, is that while alcohol is annoying to get the permits for and whatnot, you can charge more. You can charge a premium. And as it gets more and more expensive to just do stuff, to live, to run a business. Like, you need more ways to upsell, to make money, to profit, right? And you can do that crazy with drinks in general. Drinks in general can be charged at a premium. There's a huge margin of profit with drinks in particular, in general. As I've been reading on it and like thinking about, do we do a cafe? Do we do a, whatever? But alcohol, obviously, you can charge a premium for alcohol. You're on manual. Okay, Bob, good. And dumps at a certain, I'm so sorry that this chat doesn't let me. Maybe if I go to YouTube and I could see the chat better. Oh, that's better. Okay, yes, it dumps on a certain temp. That is what I need to do to override the safety feature. Thanks. Yep. You're in Michigan. Be cold out here. Yeah, cold. Michigan, huh? Wow. Never been to Michigan. I feel like Michigan would be a great place to fish. I was an avid fisher person till the accident and stuff. This is better. So now I can see your guys' whole chat here, and I just got to go to YouTube. I guess switch back and forth. Yeah, override that safety feature. I forgot how to do that exactly, but I'm sure Google it, all that stuff. Thanks for following along, Trevor. Like, man, there are moments I would like catch myself, or like I think it was like a moment when I was putting on those little labels on the bags and stuff. I was like, bro, almost wasn't here, like when I think it's so it was one of the best things, kind of the worst things, but then that was only a very small percentage of this whole experience of going through such a traumatic accident. And then what led up to that, I would start to reflect about like why I broke my back and all that stuff. And then like to come here, to come this far, and just to be like just really grateful for simple things like yeah, like when I was putting those little labels on the coffee bags. You got great fishing out there? Yeah. Big outdoor state. We've been trying to get outdoors more for sure. It's just like it's a great way to just counterbalance all the digital stuff that we do. And so whenever we can, when we can stray away from our like primary business, try to get out there, try to go and camp and be outdoors. Yeah. I'm curious, Bob, when does it, at what temperature or whatever does it drop your coffee? Is it like a light roast or a medium roast? All right, let's bust this guy out. I haven't touched this in a long time. Yeah, I've been working on it. So Hibiki, one of the main like blends for Suntory whiskey. Suntory whiskey meaning like one of the biggest producers and popular and award-winning in Japan. I actually prefer Nika whiskey. That's like my number one favorite whiskey out there for now, right? Can always change. But I didn't have any open, so I don't want to break open a new bottle just for this. So, and this is kind of like my little bottle I got as a gift. So let's give this a try. This should be nice and fruity and light. Drops about 430 degrees. Okay, I mean, that's pretty hot. Yeah, we definitely need some stress relievers from the main gig, Trevor. Okay. So we have all these like Glencairn glasses for nosing. We're just gonna do an ounce. That's an ounce, right? Okay. It smells really nice. The cork on here is really pretty. Bottle is just super fantastic. Color looks darker than I remember, but it has been a while. So, look at the legs, look at the color. It looks darker than before, but this is a 12-year. So the most popular one you'll see is the 10-year Hibiki. This is that little bit more rare, 12 years Hibiki. We went a little crazy because Japan did not predict that they were going to be so popular in the whiskey world 3 or 4 years ago. So there was a shortage, and then the price of Japanese whiskey just like went up like crazy. And then we had real fun with that because my husband and I would be like trying to travel in our little local, you know, liquor stores, these little like secret liquor stores, and try to find cool finds. And sometimes we would find like Nika from the Barrel, like that's my favorite whiskey. We would find stuff like that for like $40. We'd find like a Hibiki for like $50. Like really like fun little treasure hunt we used to do. Okay, so I'm just letting it breathe a little bit. On the nose, like super caramel, vanilla. The fruit is tangerine, grapefruit. Green apple. Okay, cool. All right, cheers, guys. Thank you so much for an awesome year so far. Rebranding was life-changing. I don't know if you caught that video, long ass video. All right. It's been so long. It's so good. Super fruity, nice, like astringency. All right, Bob, thanks for hanging out. Thanks for all the work goes into producing the videos. Take care. Cool. Thanks for hanging out, Bob. Appreciate it. Okay, so we'll have this here, kind of like hanging out. That'll be fun. Okay, cool. So Trevor, you're you have your own roastery. Like, what brings you to my channel with me being such a small little roaster? If you don't mind me asking. Excellent. Really nice. All right. Let's get some coffee on here. Okay. Yo, JJ. What are we gonna do here? A little stag action. Mama Cha. Good to see you healthy. I'm not a very active roaster, but have learned from and been inspired by you. Thank you. Cool, that's cool to hear. You know, people start like they'll DM me and be like, "Oh, I haven't roasted in so long." I'm like, "Don't worry, man. Like the coffee will be there for you when you're ready. You know, when you're ready, it's there for you." That's a cool thing about it. All right. I've been doing the third wave water for a minute. This stuff. There's a little gift from Jared at Hasea. I'm going to, when this runs out, which I don't have many left, but it's running pretty well. I only have like 2 cups of coffee a day. When it runs out, I'll share the video of what I do for making like a big concentrate. I had to sift through so many videos and recipes, so I think it'll help you guys if you're interested in using like third wave water and using it for your espresso machine and just for your kettle and all that stuff. And even if we get a concentrate going, I'm start using it for cupping as well, because I just use my RO water. And it would be nice to have it for cupping. Let me get back here in the chat. Self-taught home roaster. Cool, Trevor. My wife and I know the journey you are on. The killer content's always down to kick back and see someone's passion for coffee like yourself. Cool. Oh, that's cool, Trevor. Yeah. The struggle is real, but you know what? Like, I'm so happy that it's not like it's life or death for me here. Like, I can really luxuriously, gratefully take my time, you know, that we have a first business that takes care of us, and that, you know, I don't feel that much pressure to make money or pay bills with coffee. I can slowly learn it, but I just have a quick start personality as an entrepreneur, so I like to go hard when I am inspired to, you know, like just kind of like think that the stars align and things happen over here. So I don't like I think people think that I'm this maybe bigger than I am, which that's fine, but yeah, I'm, you know, very small time. I'm just learning. I'm only really a year in, and the fact that I put everything on camera makes it look, I think the perception makes it look more like a big operation, but we're really just, you know, maybe 10 pounds a week, something like that. Yeah, 10 pounds a week. Maybe 8 is more realistic. Let's say hi to the chat. Sevierberg. How do I say that? Always love following your coffee journey. Thank you. And we have Jordan here. Hi, Jordan. Keep up the great work. Love the channel. Cool. Hi, Jordan. Again with the chat not going down and loading. Yeah, so we're gonna have this now. So I ordered this Panama from Alita. It's ASD means like some anaerobic fermentation. Damn, I forgot what it stands for. But it's a fermentation process similar to the one that I have here, which is an Ecuadorian anaerobic washed natural Catuai. So their notes are candied tangerine, blueberry, raspberry jam. Cool. From the Alto Kiel region. Altitude is 1800. Natural processed coffee. And this is a medium roast. So that's cool. All right. It smells fantastic. Like when you first open it, and this was like $30. Yeah, you know, so it's a kind of a rare coffee. Actually, how about that go? We're gonna do this on a stag because I feel like if you like those higher end coffees, you want like a very clean cup. My recipe that I've been keeping track of is 18 grams in, and we're gonna do a 300 gram pour over 2 minutes or so, and then we need to adjust this to about there. So on my fellow oat, I'm at the 3 point, I guess, and then 2 notches up, but just before 4. I just talked about this on one of my vlogs. Hi, Bryant. You have come a long way. Such an inspiration to many of us. Thanks, guys. Oh, we'll leave this right here so you can kind of see that. Yeah, definitely. When I first got the ode, oops, I just cleared it. So much static, you know. And I was like, oh, that doesn't bother me. And then a week later, I was like, kind of bothers me. So I do a drop of third wave water. I just get some here. I have this, and I do a little shaky. Put it in here. And what are we gonna put it in? My little travel mug here, so it stays warm. Okay. So I ship international. How do I say that? Severe? I mean, Iceland. Okay. Severe. Okay, Iceland, and would like to try your products. Yeah. I'll do that for you. I'll figure it out. I'll figure it out. I'll ship to Iceland. My cousin's husband is Icelandic, and we also had the chance to go to Iceland, and it was amazing, and it was hard too. It was quite an adventure. All right. That's great. You know, those fermented processed coffees are really special. They just bring that something interesting, something you haven't, if you never tried it before, I really encourage you to try it. Okay, let's do a little rinsey. Well, I usually do this standing up, so this feels a little weird. Okay. Right, over there, good. Yeah, I'll ship to Iceland. The Ode's ground retention is comical, but it has your heart. Yeah, right? Like, look at this craziness. Can you see that? Let's see. Yeah, you can. Anyway, there's like a bunch of stuff in here. Oh, like when I say it, it's not there. Funny, huh? Like, nuh-uh. All right. Okay, so we have our little funnel here. What process do you prefer, Jordan? Jordan, I prefer definitely something fermented. Because if you can find something like that and like a good price, like say it's not something crazy, I just feel like I'm always getting a bite of that, crazy rare apple. Whenever I get like a fermented processed coffee, it's reaching those heights of those geishas and stuff like that. They do crazy things with their coffee, and I get to experience those really cool flavors. Would I drink it all the time? Not really, because sometimes you want something with more body, right? Or something that you want to like definitely like an espresso. I wouldn't prefer that. Definitely for an espresso, I just prefer a really like sweet, medium roasted coffee that's fresh. Okay, let's do our little pour over. Okay, so we're 18 grams in. We're gonna shoot for 300 grams. I should yield, not yield. Whatever. I'm gonna put 300 grams in. Okay, 30-second bloom. Get up here and see. And since it's a medium roasted coffee, I did not put my my water temperature too hot. Probably like a 204 or something like that. 202. Can you guys hear any background music? Can you let me know if that feature worked that I tried to do? Let me know in the chat, please. I really tried for 2 hours trying to figure out how to put background music on. And also, if you have the stag, do you like it? Do you love it? Or do you, or not? or not? Okay. So, I actually will take note of every time I brew something that I want to take note of in my coffee brewer's logbook. It's really pretty. All right, stopped at 126. So a little early. I thought that adjustment could help. Okay, so what I'll do is 11, 5, stag. Grind setting was 3.2. Water temp was 206. Was it? 204. There's 18. Water in was 303. Okay. So after that's done, that here, then I measure the yield. Color looks a little darker. Okay. Than some of my other brews. And then I'll try to figure out, you know, what's the best brew recipe for me. So I got 266. That was at 126. This was the Panama ASD natural. Okay. We'll let this cool down a little bit before we have some. Okay, back in the chat. Sorry. The cute little slapper does it for me. The knocker? Yeah, yeah. That kind of got me too. Oh, you do get the music. It's faint. Is it cool like that? I think it's good so it's not distracting, right? You had a sag. Your son broke it. Oh. Damn, man. How'd he break this? Like made of metal. Must have did something crazy. Or did he break this? Yikes. The thing about the stag, right? I'll give you my opinion on it. I kind of like it, and I think it's more user error as to why I would not like it. As in, I see a lot of like grounds that get caught in the sides, and then you have to do that kind of like wash it down when you're brewing. So you kind of have to do. I've nailed it down to like bloom, and then first pour, and then third pour, where I try to get that bed as level as possible. And I think for the most part, I did a pretty good job here. It's where I don't have a bunch of ground stuck all up in here, right? There's a lot of people, like they say that this is almost immersion, that you could just fill this guy up, right? But if you just did that, you'd have a bunch of grounds left on the sides, and I'm like, how is that even extraction? I don't know. It would all have to depend what you're tasting in the cup, but like visually, it didn't look even. But that's just something I always kind of have to keep an eye on. The stag kettle. Oh man. Oh, this is a hefty thing too. You broke this? I guess that little skinny part. That's so sad. Okay. Music is good. Yeah, this is all royalty-free music. I had to look that up and be like, how do you do it? So I found out a way to just loop it. I think what I'll do next time is for sure I'll still put like I'll upgrade the copyright and everything like that, so I do that correctly. Okay, let's give this a whirl. I think it might be a little hot still. It's too hot. Okay, it's too hot. Cool down. So that means we can have more whiskey. Yeah, I'll keep track of this. And I feel like if I look back at my little notes here, yeah, that was definitely too early. So I think I need to kind of back off the grind here. I'll probably grind tighter. So if I'm going too fast, then just need to grind a little finer. The handle snapped off, bro. That's pretty hard. It looks pretty durable, so that's pretty crazy. All right. So another thing I wanted to discuss with you guys was I'm getting a brand new little roaster called the Ikawa. I don't know. We'll see. It's gonna be basically a fluid air roaster. Favorite brew method. I'll get to that, Jordan. And I think it'll come in like first couple weeks, so that should be really interesting. Maybe we'll go live and like learn together there too. Okay, Jordan. Favorite brew method? I'd say yours is a filter, then espresso based Americano. Yeah, you know, kind of like what's your mood, right? Does your mood affect what you prefer to drink at the moment? Like for some reason, I don't really enjoy espressos in the summer. Don't know why. I don't know why. I just prefer it in the wintertime. So I've been loving making espressos, especially with this new blend that I have. I'm like, wow, cool. Like now I know what I like. But yeah, go to filter. Yeah, for me too. Thank you for the stuff you put out there. It's from JJ. It's cool to see how many people you have inspired. Good night. Cool. Thanks, JJ. Good night. Thanks for hanging out. Oh, Trevor, so you have the Ikawa. Which version do you have? Could you let me know? Anyway, yeah, I'm interested to see how to make better buying green decisions. So it's not really to roast it for like personal consumption or anything like that. I mean, that'd be cool, whatever. But it's really for me to just make better buying decisions. Like, for example, you roast something much easier on the Ikawa, which you just plug it in. You plug it in and you're inside your house. That's so nice. And then you don't have to worry about smoke so much. It's all pretty much contained. You're roasting tiny little 50-gram batches, I believe. And I just want to be able to quickly see what is the potential of a green. Because obviously we'll be buying new green next year as the new crop comes in. I'll be trying to work these older crops out, work them into new blends and stuff like that. Do an unboxing video of the sample roaster. Yeah, okay, sure. Is it Bluetooth based? Yeah, I believe it is. So you'll be able to roast it, everything on your, I have an iPhone, so you can use your iPhone. They have an app, and you can monitor everything that way. And they have like profiles on there that you can just hit. Like, I think what'll end up happening, this is just my assumption, but maybe all coffees from like Latin America region, I'll like stick to one profile there, like a generic roasting profile there. Something for Africa, since that'll be a little bit higher elevation, right? Something for, I don't know if we'll go there, but Sumatran and like, you know, stuff from Indonesia and Vietnam and stuff like that. Yeah, put that together. But yeah, it's Bluetooth based. But you just plug that guy in. That's dope. And it uses a regular, like here in USA, we have that 110 voltage. So no transformers and stuff like that. And I was like, that's awesome. Because for me to do samples on that 1 kg, you got to roll out that propane tank. You got to do all the things. And like, for one thing, the bean probe in the roaster it barely hits your 100-gram sample, right? So all your readings are a little wonky. So you're more roasting on intuition and experience, which is fine. But it's just like, to me, it's actually the hassle of just setting up that whole production roaster and going through that bit just to do samples, you know? So if anything for me, it's to save time and resources and I guess miles on the big roaster, and then make better buying decisions. Yeah. Okay. It's really fruity whiskey. I wish you guys would have some, because whiskey's best enjoyed shared. An unboxing video. Yeah, that'll be cool. Hopefully, we get it in time. Okay. Yeah, mood does play a part in your brew method. In winter, you like a mocha pot. Mocha pot. That reminds me of the days in Iceland. And I didn't have like, I wasn't really into coffee yet. I always drank coffee in the morning, but like whenever we would travel, I didn't have a coffee kit. Like I have a coffee kit right here, empty right now, but I'll like fill this with all the good stuff, right? A grinder and everything. And most of the time when you go Airbnb or, you know, the mocha pot, it looks pretty. So at least it looks good in the place. But the Airbnb that we stayed at, which is basically underneath an Iceland family's basement, in the basement, I mean. And so I had mocha pot every morning. But don't you find the mocha pot could get a little sedimenty? I guess my mocha pot game is not very strong, and I don't really like sediment too much. But mocha pot in the cold evenings. What's the price range of that Ikawa? Okay, so they put out a home roaster version, which, yeah, home roaster version, just under $1,000. And they have two other versions, like Pro 50, which is Pro 50 gram, and then Pro 100, Pro 100 gram. And that is, I think, because you have to ask for a quote. So I guess they changed their price, whoever's asking, which is interesting. I know Ikawa was trying to just move their product and stuff like that, but I've had a couple of calls with them, and they're definitely trying to get me to upsell and stuff, get me go to the pro machine. I think so they quoted me at like a 3,500. That's like the standard, I think. And I think the 100, I think it's probably like a, I want to say 5, 4, I don't know. I heard a lot of numbers, and I didn't get since I wasn't really interested in the pro models, I didn't get a straight up answer from them. I only got a real kind of like quote for the Pro 50. He said 35? I forget what he said in the email. Something like that. And I was like, whoa, that's very pricey. I'm just probably gonna go with the home one, the light, what they used to call Pro Light, apparently. So I was like, I'm good with Pro Light, because that's what we're doing over here. We're doing a Pro Light thing over here. Which hand grinder do I use, Bryant? I will show you. I don't like it, straight up, all right? I used to like it. I don't anymore, because now I can actually taste the difference. But I'd be dropping money all the time, and I was like, I need a break on dropping money all the time, and I think for camping is good enough. This guy, Vessel. But I really like it because it's pretty. So look how cool and rugged and clean it looks. I'm the only one that drinks coffee here, so the dose is not a problem. It's 1 cup. 1 cup in here. But you can unscrew this. Still have some coffee in here. Oh. Okay. Little handle comes out like that. This unscrews like that. Oh shoot, just put some stuff in my whiskey. And then there you have it. And then you pop this guy open, and then there's a conical burr in there. Pretty good. It's all right. Not consistent. The grind is not consistent. You can taste that in the cup, in that it will taste kind of bitter. That's your big indicator if a grinder is like not grinding consistency. For me, like that's my first indicator, because it's such an unpleasant thing in your mouth. You're like, eek, what is that? There's a bitterness thing, a bitter note that will come out. And if you're well versed in coffee and you know what this tastes like, right? You're like, oh, taste it. The coffee nerd in you that's out camping and trying to enjoy nature with your still $150 hand grinder out in the camping in the woods and all that stuff, will still yearn for something like this. because you know. You've now tasted the difference, and you know. But you know, then you make all this, you know, internal talk to yourself, and then you're like, wait, I'm in the nature. Just enjoy it and be grateful. And so you have that little fight with yourself. All right, sorry, back in the chat. Jordan. Yes, it does loads of sediment at the bottom of the cup after. Yeah, I don't like that. I don't like the sediment. That's like when you get sediment in red wine that you forget to, like, you know, decant and all that stuff. I'm like, what's that? Oh, you missed it, Trevor. Okay, what model did you get? Yeah, I got the home one. Because I was like, bro, I can't afford it anymore. I spent so much money this year. It's $1,000, 9, 10, something like that. Came out to like 9, close to $1,000. I was like, I'm cool with that. I'm not cool with the $3,000. Okay. Have you used Robusta? Jordan says, I use it sometimes in blends to increase the caffeine in crema, and I find that it adds a nice kick. You know, I haven't roasted any Robusta. You know, I should just do it anyway to just try it, right? A lot of people are telling me that. Increase the caffeine and the crema. Okay, yeah, I heard the crema thing and the caffeine thing. Yeah, I've read that too. I'd like to give it a shot. You know, maybe I'll ask Jared at Hesse if he has any Robusta, if he can hook me up with some Robusta. That'd be just cool. How does it roast, Jordan? Does it roast any differently? What's your experience on roasting Robusta? Yeah, it's nice though, right? It's pretty, isn't it? Yeah, Trevor says it looks nice. That's what I like. That's what kind of like a lot of the hand grinders, like the really expensive good ones, their construction didn't win me over. And when I was thinking about, number one, I was going to camp with it, and I was maybe going to throw it, or I don't know. I wanted something sturdy, and it had to look good because, you know, I make content, and I was like, it has to look good. But the grind quality, I know, is not the best. Okay. Brian says, I think I will try option O Remy. What's that? What is that? They so pricey. Bro, they are so pricey. Yeah. I was like, hey, let me tell you this story, okay? So, I buy this Ikawa. I'm freaking hyped for it. And on the site, they don't tell you the difference. Nice little marketing tactic. Anyway, I was like, being an entrepreneur, I know what they're doing, all right? And I'm like, all right. So obviously, the home roaster is going to be less equipped or less something. I'm not getting certain something, right? Than the Pro. And then I was like, whatever. I'm trying to just do this. I know what my goals are. I know where I'm going with it. I know I'm not going to get it and expect it to be this pro roasting tool. I just needed to do certain things. And then I get an email from Ikawa. So I was like, hello, you didn't tell me when these are shipping or nothing. Can you give me an ETA on the shipping? Because I'm trying to make a decision on some greens, but I need, you know, I would like to use the sample roaster. And then I guess this guy did some digging on me and goes, hey, I noticed you're running a business. So bing, 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 that goes off. It's like, ooh, we can upsell. That's how I'm taking it, okay? I'm not offended by it. I'm just seeing how he's approaching me from business to customer. So he's like, if you get the home roaster and you use it for a business, it will void your warranty, and it can't do all these things. So he's telling me all the limitations of the home roaster. And then I hear him talking. I just let him talk, tell me all his stuff. And he's like, yeah, we should really stop calling it, you know, Pro Light. I was like, okay. So to me, like little alarms in my head going off going, it sounds like you're just trying to upsell me. I just needed to do this, you know, and it's, you know, this call is becoming very salesy, very pushy, which it just feels salesy and pushy. And I get why. Like I don't blame him, all right? He's just trying to do his job. But for me as a customer and like for what I'm trying to do, I was just like, oh, okay, I see. I thought it was going to be like a nice call, like, hey, we see that you have a channel. Maybe you can help us or whatever. We'll give you a little discount or something, like give a little review or something like that. That's what I honestly thought. But, you know, I was seriously getting my hopes up. But yeah. Oh, it's a hand grinder. Option O Remy. Let me look that up real quick. What is that? Option O Remy hand grinder. I've never heard of that. Yeah, I've seen this. Okay. Can you take off that handle? $228. That's a good price. I think at $228 that would be like my max spending. Super pretty. It looks like the Commandant, right? You know more? In-tone assembly, disassembly. Specifications. Still a conical burr. I think you gotta go with conical with these, right? Steel, 38. You know how they should sell these? They should just really tell you about the grind quality. Stepless. I don't know. Stepless, okay. That's something to think about. Stepless meaning like maybe you can't really duplicate from your first grind to your 10th grind because it's stepless. So that's something to think about, you know. I don't know if you care about that. It's just called exceptional grind quality. It's super pretty though. And I would be my only concern is like, can it yeah, it breaks down, you take off the top, you put it in there. Oh, it looks thicker, doesn't it? Looks a little thicker. The proven grinder. It's proven. Okay. Yeah, it looks good. I mean, the only thing is that stepless thing. Okay, back in the chat. Trevor, you got the Pro 50? You cried after you gave them your card? Dude, I know. I was like, and I really thought about it too. I was like, trying to give him the benefit of the doubt. I was like, if I'm gonna be in coffee, shouldn't I just get the Pro Tool? Obviously, like to me that would be the logical business decision, right? But money is a factor. It's a super big factor right now. It's just the timing of it. It's just a poor timing. But it doesn't mean I want to stray away from just like not getting anything at all. So to me, it's the compromise. But I get it. I get where he's coming from. Yeah. I wonder how much you spent, Trevor. Did you spend like 4? Like he was trying to help me out. He was trying to give me a deal. Probably like 4, right? Maybe close to 4. Okay, Jordan. The first crack is a little quieter. Very hard bean. Okay. Use about in 20% blends. Okay, cool. So Jordan's talking about Robusta. Roasting Robusta. First crack is quieter. Interesting. And very hard, like very dense. But Robusta, I mean, it's genetically more hardier coffee species, right? Like that's what I read. Resistant to a lot of disease, like you hear about coffee rust, things like that, which is a big issue, especially with I'm reading about like global warming and all this crap. Using about 20% of blends. Yeah, I'm super interested. I'll put that on my list of things to do is to roast Robusta. I just want to see. I just want to learn too. Okay, Bryant. Yes, max at 250 for hand grinding. Only conical burrs because of RPM limitations. Ah, I see. Cool, that's good to know. So that's why they always use conical burrs. Yeah, 250. I gotta start selling these or something, or make some money back. Probably got shafted, barely used half of the features, but then some of them you do. Okay, really? Interesting, Trevor. So Trevor's talking about the Ikawa, the Pro. Gave me a little deal too. 3,600. Wow. I got the Pelican case. Yeah, extra jars. Pull your tears in. Bro, you're funny. Oh man, yeah. And I heard they break easy too. Like I was at Clatch, right? So I'm roasting on their Pro Ikawa. And then Mike comes over. He's like, "Yeah, I think I broke like 3 of these." I was like, "Yeah, they're kind of delicate." And then the way that so there's a glass jar that will hold it'll hold the chaff, so you can dump the chaff, and then it'll hold the roasted coffee, right? And when you pull it out, there's a nice cork, handle on it. But then when you pull it out, it kind of gets a little stuck. So I can imagine that slipping sometimes if you're just going through lots of little samples trying to fill the cupping table. That killed me. That's funny. Ooh. Super good. I feel like it's a little darker than intended, so maybe I can increase my water in. Yeah, I've had like the first 2 I did in here, I felt like were the best. But also, as I've opened the bag, right, the coffee starts to age, more, oxygen getting in. So I think obviously, like on an obvious note, when you first open the bag and the coffee is super duper duper fresh, it's been a couple days now. It's brighter, it's more lively, it's more vibrant in the cup. The first one here, I was on grind setting 4, see? So now I find myself having to go a little bit finer. 18 grams, I got 290 out. 331. Yeah, so I had a little bit more water to just kind of like, I feel like it's just a little darker than I prefer. And I think it's muddying the flavor, if that makes sense. Muddy, like you're not being able to distinctly clarify all those layers of flavor with those really delicate coffees. But this is not a super delicate coffee, right? Where is it? I keep pointing up there. This is a medium roast, but we're still trying to get that candy tangerine, the blueberry, and the raspberry jam. I think I lost the blueberry. I'm getting everything else. And here's the thing too, like what I've been finding, when you cup coffees, like this, and you're doing your cupping notes, and then when you're trying to translate that same flavor, that same experience, when you brew it, is different, right? I don't know if you've found that. And if you haven't done that test yet, that would be fun for you to do. But now I'm like, well, what should I be putting on this bag? Not everybody is cupping, but I think what's important is like the profile on Instagram called Rabbit Hole Roasters. He's been putting out these very like poignant, like I guess making fun of like satirical posts about coffee industry and coffee notes and things like that, and all the like hoity-toity, kind of like, how should you say, all the like highbrow stuff about coffee, kind of like satirically making fun of it. And he makes a good point that like he said coffee notes are opinions. I think that was more better, like that was a better way of saying it. It was a more like, oh. I said, what did I say in one of my videos, like taste is subjective or something like that, right? Subjective, duh. We don't have the same tongue, we don't have the same flavor experiences and stuff like that. But yeah, what they're putting here on the bag is Mike's opinion. And he got very strong opinions over there, but that's really what it is, which is interesting. So what do we do with that as a consumer? I feel like as a consumer and as a roaster, what do we do with that now information? Not that it's wrong, not that it's bad, right? It's just like, oh yeah, this is another way of looking at it, which is it's interesting, and it makes me curious as to like, I'm curious, like what What am I going to do with that information? I don't know yet. I will keep you informed. All right, back in the chat. Man. If you breathe on it, they will break. Trevor, you're killing it. Killing it. Yeah. They have these glass, really fickle glass cups. Just get in what's in the cup. Billy, hey, welcome, Billy. What are you talking about? Can you clarify that? Jordan, be careful when you cup Robusta. You get over caffeinated easily. Uh-oh. Okay, so I can spit then? Okay. Trevor, typically we do a cupping then and brew it with a batch brewer and make a blended note profile. But that's because we dumb. I like reading your comments. Like, it's like always a surprise at the end. Like a blended note profile because it's gonna be dumb. Okay, cool. Good to know how you guys do it, like at a real roastery, you know. Yeah, I was like, how should I handle? I was thinking about it for a while, because it's so subjective. And I put that on the website too. Like if you guys go and you actually taste, like click on the button, it says be curious or something, right? Because I have a lot of people who are coming to me, they're not coffee nerds. They're probably like friends and family. My friends and family know much less about coffee than we do. Not all of them, but most of them. And so I try to put on there like this little like section saying, will you taste what I put on the bag? I said, maybe, you know, because there's all these other variables that come into play. What kind of grinder you use, what kind of water you use, what kind of tasting experience you have. Like you meet somebody who just likes, who's only ever had maybe diner coffee, we'll just call coffee. That's the flavor. Coffee's the flavor, right? But we coffee nerds, we go deep with it. Like strawberry, underripe raspberry, things like that, right? So yeah, I was like, what they putting on the bag here, what I'm putting on the bag, it's my opinion, your opinion, you know. Interesting. Thank you, Trevor. Thanks for calling us real. No, yeah, I mean, okay, so I will say I feel like you're a real roastery. I feel like you're a real roastery. And when we have our own building with our own name on the wall, or not even that, like if we had like, you know, we were just in a building and not in our home, I think I'd be more confident to say we have a roastery. But right now it's side hustle territory, which is very nice. It's very comfortable, you know. But then I have my moments where I'm like, man, I always tell this to my husband. I was like, 85% of our home is business. We have the living room, we have the master bedroom, everything else. Oh, and the kitchen. Everything else, business. You know, all the real estate is taken up by business in our home. So, yeah. And then how we answer that is like, oh, I guess we just need a bigger home. Well, I've never had coffee at 6. Not never, but it's been a while. So I'm going to be up for a minute. Trevor's fighting me on it. If you're roasting coffee for others, you too are a real roastery. Thank you, buddy. Thank you, Trevor. I appreciate that. I received that. I know I'm having a hard time receiving that. I received that. Yeah. I think one of the biggest things that that I've sort of struggled with is the self-doubt. I don't think I talk about it very much because you guys always see me just go, put something out, like go, like roast, like okay, label it, okay, go, like make it yourself, like DIY. But to be very real with you, there's so much doubt, you know. And I think it helps too to hear it because I'll hear this too from other creators that I think are very well established, who are very good at what they do, and they have the same vibe. And I was like, okay, so it's okay to feel this way. So just to be real with you, I feel it all the time. I'm just like, but it doesn't. Thankfully, I've done this so much where I'm doing things out of my comfort zone. Like I'm very comfortable with being uncomfortable. That makes sense. I'll just do it anyway. But the doubt is like always there. But I think it's good to have it, like this doubt of like, am I making good coffee? Like that was a really big fear of mine. Especially when I was going through that roaster training. It was like when we were cupping my coffees. I don't think I said, did I say this? I think I did. When we were cupping my production roasts alongside Mike's or Clatch's coffee there, I was like, mine are the worst on the table. I don't know if I told you guys that, but mine were the worst on the table. And that's my opinion when I was cupping it. I mean, it was their opinion too, but I was like, I share in this opinion. It's not good compared to these others, right? And I could taste it, that it was not what I wanted to do. Now, somebody else who'd been buying Black City coffee may have enjoyed those little bit darker roasts. Because basically I was roasting just a little darker than what I like, than what I wanted to present, right? Not because Mike told me, but it was like, yeah, I taste the difference. Like, I don't want to serve this coffee. I don't want to roast this type of coffee. So that was important. It's really important for you to do what you want to do. And I didn't do that. But yeah, don't discount your craft, friend. Thank you, Trevor. Yeah, you're right. I think that self-doubt for your hands in pals. Thanks, bud. I appreciate that. I received that. Yeah, I really appreciate that. Wilson, hi, welcome. How do you roast an espresso profile for decaf? Oh, good question. That was my next thing too. Working with both EA and, EA meaning sugarcane, right? Or ethyl acetate, and Swiss water decaf process. 1800 meters high. Okay, elevation. Yeah, it's a high elevation coffee. My Colombian of same altitude, but with caffeine, needs more subtle touches. How do you roast an espresso profile for decaf? I mean, decaf roasts a smidge gentler, generally, at the roaster. So you can have the same type of coffee from the same region, but it'll be decaf, right? Like that's what you're talking about. I have a decaf very similar to yours. It's an EA Colombian decaf from Palo Rosa. Delicious coffee. And I would roast to a medium profile for espresso because I find that I like medium profile coffees at the espresso. I feel like you just get that sweetness that I'm really after. Like the light roasts, they get to be too bright for me. I don't really like bright espressos. And I don't like dark roasted profile espressos because it's just too roasty. And I like to drink espresso black, right? So if I'm not putting milk in it, I don't like how that tastes. If I'm putting milk in it, so if you're making espresso for white drinks, that could change your profile and maybe you could go a little darker because it has to hold up to the milk, right? So it kind of depends like where you want to go with that. But generally, if I'm just drinking espresso like that, I would go for roasting it as a medium, and then try from there. And then you got to do your samples, right? And you got to test it and see which tastes the best. you know, go pull some shots and see which tastes the best for you. And generally you want something nice and sweet. From the top, you can get your brightness and stuff, and at the bottom of the shot, you want that sweetness, right? So you got to taste all the layers when you're doing your testing. Yeah, that's how I would do it. But yeah, roasting, I don't feel I have to be so gentle with a high elevation decaf. I just have to bring my charge temp down a little bit. So I think I'm doing what did I say? Did I say 375? 360. If you DM me later, I will go get my notes and I'll tell you what my charge temp is for my medium roasted EA Colombian decaf. Okay. Wilson says, back to your channel. Have been following through the pandemic. Cool. Had me build confidence in starting the craft. Cool, Wilson. That's awesome. So all throughout 2020? Yeah, I mean, the pandemic. I hope all of you guys are doing well. You're healthy. Yeah, we're coming out of this panic pretty good. None of us got sick over here. We were very diligent about staying away from people and trying to follow all the mandates and stuff like that. Yeah, thankfully we never had a run-in. And bro, when I was in the hospital for my accident, it was a little scary, but I kind of didn't care because of how much pain I was in. But like, just next door was the freaking, you know, you could see everybody putting on the whole hazmat suits, and there was this room blocked off and crazy tape everywhere that they have to do and stuff like that, and crazy COVID, I don't know, whatever they were doing with the COVID stuff, but like it was right next door. And so I could kind of like see out of my eye sometimes, or when they tell me to go walk around the hospital floor, I have to pass by that room. I was like, yay. It was kind of scary. Yeah. Okay, last little bit, guys, right here. This is kind of like my hourglass as to how long this live was gonna be, because I gotta make dinner and all that stuff. So we're gonna close pretty soon. Maybe like we'll call it at 6:30. Is that cool? 6:30. Unless you guys are done, and we can end it a little earlier. We went a little bit longer than I thought, so I thought we'd be here for like an hour. I was super hungry before the live, but I knew I was gonna have this, so I'm cool now. Anyway. Any other questions that I can answer for you guys? Otherwise, I think we're good. Thank you so much for hanging out. We're gonna do like, everything's pretty much launched, right? Like you guys seen on Instagram, on YouTube. The new site is live, and I've been slowly changing everything over there. I'm gonna discontinue the old stuff because it's time for the new stuff. Oh, Wilson got another question. Cool. Have you gone to Origin for picking beans? No, I have not. You know that? I was asking Mike about that. I was asking Jared about that. His brother Luke about that. And I was like, when is it, like my question to them would be, when should you go to Origin? It's like, he's like, yeah, I mean, it's kind of that's a really personal question. Because for one thing, costs a lot of money. You've got to do a lot of coordination and stuff like that when you're communicating with the farmers. There could be an issue of language, travel, where you stay. Depending on where you go, could be safety issues that you could be concerned about. There's the COVID stuff, right? So Luke and Jared from Isaiah are in Colombia right now. They're checking out new coffees, and I'm like, bro, like, what's up? Like, how do I, what you doing over there? Like, how do I get started? Whatever. Thanks, Mama Cha. Have a nice one. You too. Good night. I'd be interested. I don't know. I would feel safer if I went with a coffee industry person. I wouldn't feel safe yet, I think, to go on my own. If somebody walked me through it, and somebody that I trusted who was in the coffee biz, and I've talked about with some of my friends in the industry, like Steve from Mill City, my coffee dad. he's talked about it before, and I was like, bro, I'm down. But the whole COVID stuff makes it very iffy for traveling, and it makes it annoying, for one thing. Even if travel is possible right now, it's annoying. And I'm not a big traveling person. I don't like traveling, actually. I'll just say that straight up. I don't like traveling. I like being in a new place and like exploring, but the process to get there, I really, really, really don't like that. But I don't know, if when you're in coffee, I think it's something you have to do at some point. You gotta go see where they actually grow this stuff. I think it would be another life-changing experience. Just calling that out now. I would like to do it, but I would like somebody who I trusted to hold my hand through the whole process. I would feel very uncomfortable by myself. I don't know. I'd have to feel very, I wouldn't feel very confident. Okay, back to chat. What's your favorite feature on the Mill City? You used to have one. What happened? My favorite feature, I think, is the power. You know, you get 20,000 BTUs on that mother. Like, it rips. So as I'm learning how to control my ROR throughout the roast, especially in middle phase, like, I feel like it can get away from you. Like, the heat can get away from you if you're not paying attention, which I've done that before. But for the most part, if you need to, I'm getting a warning here on my chat. Oh, I don't know. Sorry if the chat is weird. Steve is the GOAT. Yeah. I feel like it has so much power that I can drive that ROR, and it's super responsive. So I love the power of it. Definitely love the power. And the look, I think that comes second. The power sold me first. The look of it sold me second. And customer service then was like, oh, I'm done. I'm getting this one. Okay, back to the chat. Wilson, I love my Ally coffees, La Bodega, yeah, but I would like to just carry a burlap sack from origin to the States. Hell yeah, that'd be so tight. Oh yeah. I remember when I first got my hands on a burlap sack, like just the burlap sack, there's nothing in it. I was so excited. I was at Garland Coffee in Arizona. We were just visiting there. And then I was slowly getting into coffee. I just got my hot top. And then I was like, bro, let's go check out this roastery. It's right here. And you can see the tiny little cute roastery. Have probably like a 6 kilo in there. They roast for their little cafe just across the road. And he was serving coffee to us. He's got a nice San Franciscan roaster, beautiful. And I was like, can I have that burlap sack? He was like, yeah, here. And I was like, it felt so special. Oh man, yeah. So I bet going to Origin, I would just have like, I don't know, probably be like feeling like in coffee heaven or something. Back to chat. Bryant, when are you going to roast a Colombian Supremo? Ooh. Soon, I think. Colombia has my eye right now. They're creating so many cool things. Yeah, that's on my list, man. Steve is the GOAT. Yeah, it's so powerful. When you got a larger roaster, you switched brands to save money. Oh, yeah. Yeah, Mill City's is expensive. Yeah. Next one will be a Mill City. Trevor, what do you roast on now? Is it to save money? Could it be? What could that be? They all get so expensive. Save money. So something under 10 grand? Or no, 15 grand? Maybe 12? I'm just taking a guess. When you guys upgrade from 1K, it gets so pricey. The Mill Cities is so cool. You have a lot of control. But potentially, when you have a lot of like knobs to turn, there's more things to worry about. Versus, I was watching Mike and his team. They roast on Diedrichs. And I think Bodie over there in orange roasts on Diedrich too. And it's got really just like really minimal control. But it doesn't matter. It's just machine operation, you know? Like that's what was made pretty clear to me. It was just like, it's just the machine. Like this is how it is. And you can make amazing coffee on all types of machines, you know? A Frankenstein. A Frankenstein? Well, like, damn, I'm thinking like, there's this roaster here, called, in Arizona, Buckeye? No, something like that. A Frankenstein. That's so cool. Trevor, can you shoot me over? I don't know, you want to put it in the chat or whatever. You can put it in the chat, I don't care. But link to your roastery and your shop over there. If you have a website and stuff, I'd love to check it out. And I'd love to get some coffee from you too. And I'll cup it here on the channel and I'll see where I can improve. Roast on a 12 kilo Datgen. What is that? Let me see that. Let me look it up. Datgen. Datgen sounds funny. Datgen? Alright. Artisan hand-built roast. Wow, I never heard of this. Oh. Why is it a Frankenstein? It looks like a Mill City. Bro, they got the afterburner and everything. Yeah, he's saving quite a bit here. Not bad. Norway. Cool, dude. Or Turkey. I'm gonna read more into that. Thanks for that. Cool. Never heard of that. I'm gonna read more on that. That looks really cool. Okay, back to chat. Wilson, sorry, I don't want to miss this. I'm running an ARC 800. Oh, the ARC. Okay. From crop to cup. NYC, baby. I had to switch out the thermocouple. 5mm is way too slow for me. The 2mm from it was where it's at. Yeah. I was starting to learn about that too from Rao. Like the thickness of the thermocouple could be an issue. Hi, Charles. I don't know, but your camera's not giving you a clean stream. I know, sorry, bud. I don't know I don't know. Right now it says excellent connection. It looks like a San Franciscan. You'll DM me. Okay, cool. This isn't to promote. Thanks, Trevor. You're such a stand-up dude. Don't buy it. Don't buy it. Oh, we gotta continue the conversation after. I rebuilt most of it and now it's our little roasty McRoaster face. We must get a drink together. That'd be fun. You're killing me, Smalls. Oh, that's funny. I so want to like upgrade and do all that stuff, but I think what's gonna happen. Okay, it's 6:30. Sorry, I'm going overtime. And we'll close out after this. Okay. But I'm getting kind of hungry. We're just gonna take it kind of easy. I'm gonna keep looking for roastery spaces, and when that happens, we're probably gonna. I don't know. That's when a bunch of opportunities can open up for coffee. But I really just don't see that happening very soon. It's really tough right now. So we'll keep doing stuff like this. I think this was super fun, like going live, and like if you bring your specific questions, we can have a conversation, and I can help you better that way. Versus you guys like when you email me, I don't really have all the time in the world to speak my truth in an email, right? So it's best that we can do this as much as possible. It's kind of like a Zoom meeting. Oh yeah, Charles, so you came in a little late, but so excellent condition, but your cam is showing your grid lines and level. Yeah, sorry. So we agreed, the consensus in the group here is all right. That was all right. They gave me a pass on that one this time, but I'll fix it next time, okay? Serious note, green coffee dust. Dust? How do we prevent this exposure? Skin and left. Oh, okay. What Mill City Roasters does and what I started to adopt was just to wear a mask and to wear gloves. So when you're operating with that much green, yeah, there's a lot of stuff. You can even wear goggles if you want, if it's getting in your eyes and stuff like this. This is serious. I'm allergic to it. Yeah. Yeah, I was wondering why I was getting this reaction right here or something like that, or it was like itchy or something, but it was from the green. I didn't know. Somebody had already, like Derek from Mill City Roasters, when he was there, he was like, yeah, I wear gloves and I wear a mask. Yeah, so if you're dealing with that much green, it's very dusty, try to put on a mask, try to put on, like, do what you need to do to just cover yourself, wear gloves and stuff like that, so that you don't get a reaction. But yeah, I had a reaction as well. I thought it wasn't a big deal until I started having all these weird things and I was getting itchy and stuff. That sucks you're allergic to it, Trevor. Yeah, but masks, gloves, goggles if you need to, just do what you need to do. Okay. Constantly break out during roasted day. Oh, that sucks, man. Break out. Yeah, complexion is ruined. So happy to see you doing so well after the accident. Aw, Charles, it's been a while that I don't see you. Cheers. I've been here, dude. Where you been? I've been making coffee, yes. I've been making content pretty steadily. Cheers to you. Yeah, we had some whiskey earlier too. All right, guys. That's gonna do it for me. That was so fun. I loved it. If you guys got a lot of value out of this, that's great. If you would like to do this again sometime, let me know, and we'll do that for sure. I thought it was really fun hanging out and engaging with you, having not just a one-way conversation all the time, because when I make content, it's just me talking to camera and then getting in the comments after. You were in Costa Rica? Cool. Where are you at? Looking at Origin for green? That's awesome. Yeah, I've been here recovering, steadily doing rehab. The neck is getting stronger, but I call it a skin backpack. So my doctor likes that. I was like, yeah, my skin backpack still feels like it's attached to the ground, and that, because they cut you open in the back there, you get really numb. You don't, like, your nerves are still calibrating. That's what I call it. The nerves are like calibrating back to normal. So still numb back there, but yeah, doing all the things. In the community tab. It is in the community tab. What is? Thanks, Bryant. Peace. Yeah. Good night, guys. This was super fun. Thank you so much for hanging out. We'll keep doing it. Um, Thank you so much, guys. Okay. So, have a great rest of your night, and we'll see you in the next one. Bye bye. I'll do my little ending here.